The set shot is the basic shot of mini basketball, and all players love to shoot.
H for hands. Let's start with a player facing the basket about to shoot the ball from a stationary position. The dominant hand is behind and slightly under the ball. Fingers are spread with the index finger pointing to the ring. The ball rests on finger pads. The supporting hand is on the side with fingers pointing to the sky. The supporting hand is not involved in pushing the ball. B for balance. It is very important that the player is balanced. Player becomes balanced when their feet are shoulder width apart with their leading foot slightly in front of the other. Player should ensure knees are bent as the power for the shot starts with the straightening of the legs. Toes should also face the basket. E for eyes. For accuracy, the player's eyes are kept on the target. The target can be the ring from the front or the backboard from an angle. E for elbow. The elbow needs to be bent with the forearm vertically in line with the basket and the wrist bent slightly back. F. Follow through. We see the ball starts just above the tummy. The wrist should be cocked back holding the ball. The power comes from straightening the legs up through the body and to the straightening of the elbow. The wrist snaps, rolling the ball off the fingertips. A good follow through will have the elbow fully extended, wrist flexed, with the finger and thumb pointing to the floor. This is also known as waving goodbye to the ball. The ball should follow a rainbow arc and not a straight path from player to basket. Teachers should encourage the players to self-assess their shot using the H-BEEF checklist. Beginner set shot activities. Players need to learn the key technique points of shooting and to practice them regularly. This can be done at home, to a basket, to a wall, or with a friend. The teacher lets the players shoot and gradually improves technique by introducing and refining technique points. The following activities should be of help to a teacher in organising groups of players to learn and perfect the set shot. Pairs. Players line up in pairs facing each other a few meters apart with one ball between two. The players are asked to shoot the ball into their partner's hands, which are held above their heads. The teacher can introduce the key technique points here. Single line shot. Players in a straight line line up 3 meters from the basket. The rebounder is placed under the basket. The first player shoots and then becomes the rebounder. The rebounder catches the ball and passes to the next player in line, then joins the end of the line. The rebounder ensures that the shooter does not rush the shot and keeps involved. Fifteens. Players are divided into 2 or more teams. The first player in each line shoots the ball, rebounds and passes to the next player in line, and then goes to the end of the line. The players score 3 points if the ball goes through the net without touching the backboard or ring. Players score 2 points if the shot touches the ring or the backboard. Target. The players are divided into 2 or more teams. Each line up at 5 fixed points from the basket. Court markings or cones can be used to mark out the different positions. The first player in each line shoots the ball, rebounds and passes to the next player in line, and then goes to the end of that line. The first team to shoot 5 baskets shouts target and moves to the next shooting spot. Teams who did not make the target of 5 must run to the halfway line and then move to the next shooting line. Teams count scores and the first team to reach 20 wins. Single line shoots with dribble and stop. Children in line 5 metres from basket. Rebounder under basket. First child dribbles the ball to a 3 metre point, comes to a jump stop and shoots, and then becomes the rebounder. The rebounder catches and passes to the next child in line, then joins the end of the line. Power play. In pairs, one player is shooting and one player is rebounding. The shooter takes the shot, then moves to another spot around the basket within range. The rebounder makes good, crisp passes back to the shooter. The shooter shoots quickly to simulate game conditions. How many baskets can the shooter make in 30 seconds? Overload. A number of players stand in a semicircle around the basket. A smaller number, 2 or 3, stand inside the key. The attackers have one ball which can be passed around until one child is free to shoot. If a shooter misses, they exchange with a defender who catches the rebound. Hot shooting. This is an individual exercise. The player shoots one ball and then immediately shoots a second ball. The player then collects the first ball and tries to do this before the ball stops bouncing. The player then shoots the ball. This is then repeated and the player tries to collect the second ball before it stops bouncing. The activity continues until the shooter fails to collect the ball before it stops bouncing.